I want to make note that for all of you been asking, yeah. So beehive can be very dangerous, right? It can be very dangerous if you disturb it. If you don't know what you're doing, stay away. Yes guys, welcome back to my channel, The Blessing on the Bees. So it's been a good week. Anyway, we'll give thanks for today. So today we'll be talking about beehive. What is a beehive? So a beehive, also known as the bee nest, this is where the bees live. So it's their home. This is where they feed their young ones, they shelter, they grow, and all these things, right? So it's just a structure where the bees live. So what really makes up a beehive? Or before you even get to there, the beehive is just like your home, right? Like you have your home with your family, and then you have a neighbor with their family, and you go around, you see all of those houses make like a community. So with the beehive, with more than one beehive together, that's what we call an apiary. But we'll get into what's an apiary and all those things later down. But for today, we're just going to talk about the beehive, the structure, the home, the nest where the bee live inside. And that's what we want to talk about right now. So their home, it provides like a shelter for them, right? Protect them from elements. So inside the hive, you'll find different types of bees, their food that they're storing, like the honey and the pollens, and you'll find their young ones, the eggs, and all these different things, right? So you'll find the frame inside for storing that. But first, we'll just talk about the shelter, the outer part first. So basically, the shelter is a structure. It can be natural or man-made, right? Sometimes they may build their homes in like trees, in rocks, like if a tree is hollow and there's space inside, sometimes the swarm or the hive will go inside and turn that, and they will clean it and make it their home, right? So different things in the wild they may choose for shelter, right? Sometimes it may be increase of rocks or maybe like beneath something, but they will just try to find anything. So that's just one type of structure. So the other part is like the man-made, right? And that's what we as beekeeper will provide for them. We'll provide shelter. And there's different types of shelter. So for instance, you have like the long straw beehive. Those are the ones that it's most common. Most people use it. But there's different types, because there's other people that makes different structure and all these things. But the main one, and it's more universal, is the long straw, right? So inside that hive, you'll find like the bottom board. And the bottom board is used like a foundation. It's like the bottom, so it provides like a platform for the rest of the hive, right? And then you'll find like the hive body, which is the boxes, different kind of boxes. So the first box, you would call it like a brood chamber. That's where they have the young ones, and the queen does most of the laying in the brood chamber right there. And then you would find pollens and all those stuff. And then on top of that one, you'll find like a honey super, right? So it's like a double box. You can still find that in a single box, but on a double box, you'll find like the top box is mostly for honey production, right? And as you know about the honey super, that's more extra food for the bees, right? In the honey super. So basically, you have the brood chamber at the bottom, on top of the bottom board. Then you have the honey super, if you have one. And then on top of, within that honey super, you will find like the frames, right? A normal box takes like maybe 10 frames. Sometimes you put 9, depends on the space, or sometimes you may build them the wax thicker, so you use less frame. But we'll talk about the different types of frame and all those things inside the box. And then on top of the frame now, you'll find the inner cover. And that sits on top of the box, top of the frames, providing like an insulation. It helps provide like a barrier between the bees and the outer cover. And then on top of that one now, you'll find the outer cover. And that one is like a waterproof. So it will be more like a roof. Like you would have your roof on your house. So the outer cover is like a roof. That is to protect them from the elements, different type of weather and all these things, right? Because when it's really hot, they have to have a good covering. And if it's really cold, then you still want a better covering either, right? So with that said, those are just some of the components. So the next part of it now, we're going to talk about like the whole aspect of hive, right? Because we're just talking about what is a hive. Because a lot of people have been asking, what is a beehive? So this is a beehive, right? The bees is just like a home. It's a house, a structure where the bees live. And inside that, you'll find a full colony, which comprises of the queen, the workers, and the drones, including their young ones, and eggs and food, right? Pollen and nectar or honey, right? I want to make note that for all of you been asking, yeah? So beehive can be very dangerous, right? It can be very dangerous if you disturb it. If you don't know what you're doing, stay away or try to get full information before you, or someone to be there to help you if you get sting and you know that you have an allergic reaction. So you have to be careful, because sometimes if those bees attack you and more than one eat you, you could die from allergic reaction. So be careful when you're going looking at a beehive, or if you don't know what you're doing. Try to follow along, because I'm going to try to bring you through it so you can become the best beekeeper you can, and just watch the videos and see what's going on, right? So we'll show you step by step. Each day we go through different stuff. You just have to look and try to get enough information. And if you have any question, you can ask a question, you know, in the comment, and we'll try to respond and try to give you as much details about beekeeping, because as we said in our first video, we want to talk about beekeeping and the apiary and all these things, bee farm, right? So we're here to discuss everything. So another thing we're going to talk about, the hive cycle, the life of the bee, right? Because when there's a lot of bees, you say it becomes overcrowded, right? With bees, because outside there's a lot of things blooming, and spring is here, summer is coming up, and everything is blooming and all these things. So that's when you'll find swarms. So swarming, right? As I said, this happens when the hive become overcrowded, right? And a portion of the bees will leave the hive, led by a queen, and establish a new colony, right? This is called swarming, but we'll talk about swarms in another video, because we have a lot of stuff to talk about swarming. But basically, that's part of the hive components. Those things help sustain beekeeping. So as I said, honey production happens inside the hive, and as you know, bees collect nectar, turn it into honey, and store it for food. And during winter time, they use the hive to shelter and keep themselves warm, feeding on that same honey that they have been storing. And those are the things that they use for winter time. So the hive help them during that time, different weather, as I told you, right? So the hive is like a protection for the colony, right? Beehive, it is very important. I like to stress and say vital and all these things, because it is very, very important, because they are very good at pollinating stuff, and they are very essential pollinators, right? Playing a crucial role in the reproduction of many of the plants, right, that we depend on, like fruits, veggies, and nuts, and all these good stuff. And the hive help us with honey production, not just for food as a food source, but also as a natural sweetener. Yeah, because it's very sweet, right? So it also helps with the ecosystem, like the health of the ecosystem, by bees contribute to the overall health and the biodiversity. Those are the things that the beehive do. So when we lose habitat and all these things, like natural habitats where the bees would go and feed, and because of pesticide and different kind of stuff that harms or kill them, the bee colony goes down, and we don't find a lot of pollination going on. So the importance, like trying to have a good habitat for them, that would be a very important thing. And another thing that destroy the beehive is parasite and diseases. But we'll talk about diseases and parasites in another video. Right now, I just want to mention it. So various diseases and parasites can weaken a hive or even destroy a colony, right? So those are some of the stuff. That a beehive have to go through. So overall, I just want to point out, so you can remember this: a beehive is just like a home. So it's just where the bees live. So someone say, "What is a beehive?" Well, basically, a beehive is where the bees live, right? So thank you for watching this one. Hope you will learn something from it, and like the video, share the video, or subscribe, tell others about it, and just stay tuned and you'll learn something because there's lots of stuff to talk about with the bees and they're very good. So as much as you can do, just do what we can do so that things can be better for the bee too. So thank you for watching.